everybody. How the heck are you? We were waiting for the song to end and we were talking. And so welcome everybody to a second look. Thank you for tuning in. And let me just say favor, BOSTO full restoration, nothing missing, nothing broken. And may everyone have a great time. This is a second look, and you know who my co-host is, Miss Trina. How are you?
Hi, Wayne. Hi, Caz. Hi, Soul Tribe.
Hiya.
So good to see you all.
It's so good to see everyone. And we have Caz returning.
Hi,
Love the energy,
everyone.
Caz. Man, I tell you. Thank you for coming on. Just
Thanks for having me.
if you had been born like, in the 50s and grown up in like, 1970, you'd have fit in really good. Your vibe would have fit just perfect.
Yeah.
So just saying. Anyway.
Yeah, cool. I was born 73, so
In 73, I was
yeah.
I was doing the disco thing.
Oh, right on.
I really was. And yeah. Um oh man. Memory lane. So Trina, what's up with you, girl? I hear that you had kind of a rough week.
Yes, I lost two very important souls in my life. So that was a little shocking, a little prepared. We're kind of knowing possibly. So, but yeah, just it's always shocking when it actually happens. So
It
yeah,
is.
recovering from that, but it's beautiful because I can hear and I heard one thing: heaven is beautiful. I was like, right on.
I think that's far out. I mean,
I do too.
if heaven is analogous to peace, serenity, I mean, I can hitch my horse up to that
I
wagon,
think it's what you imagine it to be, Wayne. I mean, really, we are products of thought. So it
We
could be
are.
that simple. It's what you imagine it to be. So imagine a big, beautiful, to make it as brilliant as possible. Yes.
Yeah.
I got a freaking beach. So, I
I
mean,
know, I know. I want to go to your beach. I think I was telling Wayne before the show, I was like, we should really focus on that as a transitional point where we could all meet, and that could be our transitional point to regroup before you
Yeah.
I'm
get
behind
locked
that.
into anything you don't want to get locked into, to actually get your bearings, get back connected to what you truly are, how this is all operating. Because, it's like when we hear from the ones who have transferred, um, they're saying it's bigger than we can comprehend, how big this labyrinth is of creation. So it's huge, guys. It's huge.
Yeah.
It is. And I think that for me, in fact, my wife brought this article out because she gets a lot of medical journals. And it was in Psychology Today. And they have discovered that those who have used hallucinogenics,
Mhm,
that their minds actually show up on MRIs,
mhm.
and the areas of where we consider the prefrontal cortex, creativity, where you would have more spirituality. These, for something, it opens up areas of the brain that suddenly become activated.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep. I've seen those
Yeah.
studies and they're profound.
They are.
Yeah, when you see a reading of somebody who's meditating in those machines versus somebody who's just chilling, it's profound. The activity in the brain, the light, it's all light.
We were sitting in, when was it? Sunday. And I was reading this freaking book here. Excellent book, the one that I'm teaching from, Thought Forms. Just,
Mhm.
it was written back in 1905. And anyway, for
That's
the
so funny
first,
you did that book. And remember last week I was like, I just had that thought that was downloaded. It was like, thank you, Father, for thinking of me, the thought form. And thank
yeah,
you, Mother, for creating me, the material, physical matter part. I was like, and then you're it's so amazing, the synchronicities.
it's
I love
we're like a fine-tuned piano.
it's so
Wouldn't
it's
you
so
say?
yeah, it's just amazing. It's like what we are is light and DNA.
Well, anyway, on Sunday, we actually, there was an orb that came right through our den. It was
Oh,
quite
Wow.
amazing. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So Caz, how are you, my dear? How's everything over in your part of the world?
It's as crazy as ever,
Yeah.
but no, it's good. It doesn't affect me at all.
yeah.
Good.
I go to work, do my job, keep safe, and then come home and shut that door.
Yeah.
And
Our
that's-
own bubbles.
In my
Bubbles.
bubble. In my
And
own
that
bubble.
is the best medicine. It really is.
Yeah,
I
and
think it
I love my house. I love being here. It's my creation den.
Yeah.
It's where I
The
create,
energy
so,
just literally emanates from you, hon. It just, it's like,
yeah.
it's like,
Good.
yeah, it's like,
Get
all
some,
right,
get some.
have another hit of fresh air,
Yeah.
but yeah. So,
It's like,
Yeah.
so, is it the dark winter over there? I mean, I hear, I
Yeah.
have, friends that actually are over there, and that their companies transferred them over to England, and they're going, it's some strange stuff going on over here.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I was chatting with Patrick from Talking with the Planets,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
he
trust
got
he's
me
well.
to. He's very well, yeah.
Good.
He's good.
Good. Good.
We hook up every week for a chat,
Excellent.
and
Excellent.
he got me to ask the pendulum. See, it's all reversed now. He's my teacher. I do it for him. And he said, out of interest, ask the pendulum if we were to have it, like say we were forced into it or we got it when we had no choice or something in hospital, would we be able to reverse the effects? And the pendulum went yes.
Mhm.
So we could actually reverse the effects of the vaccine in our bodies. We could breed it out of us. We could get it out of us through, thought, focus, intent.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, ask if we could do that with family members. And he straight away it went no, because obviously it's free will, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I
but
think
no, we
that's
can do it
key.
ourselves. If say we're in an accident and they just give us it while we're in hospital, we could reverse that effect of having it. Yeah.
Yes.
Which is
It's,
quite
and
reassuring.
it kind of goes with our topic, what is it? What is human? It's, because the world that we are experiencing now, and when I look at what it is to be human, is not the world that, for instance, when I was in the 5th grade, 1965, it was totally different. And it really makes one think. I was reading a white paper of a PhD candidate, and she was writing that the geneticist, in comparing DNA, which we have DNA that goes back several hundred years ago, and comparing it to the DNA of today, something's happened to us. The human genome, the evolution of our species was stalled for thousands of years. And then here very recently, something in our genome has changed or triggered. And they're saying that we are literally, it's not going to happen. It is happening. We are in the midst of the single largest leap in evolution of the Homo sapien span.
Yeah, this is why the panic and the fear and all of it.
I mean, does anyone get this? I mean, it just,
Scared.
I read that, I went, okay, wait a minute. So what you're saying then is that to be what we consider human is not what was human 50 years ago.
Yes.
All right.
because of what we think. It's our consciousness. We've evolved with consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, is this what we're seeing? I mean, this what we're experiencing with these lockdowns and the crazy stuff. I mean, I have to be honest with you, ladies. When I awake in the morning, I wake early and I go out and I can see Proximata Centauri A and B because it's really weird. It's like I got two eyes in the western sky that look at me when I go out in the nighttime to take in that energy. And I got to tell you, I told Lynn, I said, is just everybody else crazy or did we just go insane?
It's the division of the two worlds. That's what that is.
Well, thank you, Cheryl. That's very,
Wayne, when you see the Vesica Pisces, when you see the two circles and they're combined, it has that Vesica Pisces in the middle. To me, that's where this group is at. They're in that middle path because they can see the duality. They know about their spiritual self and their physical self. That's when you can walk in that middle. That's why I think that it seems like, we're a smaller group. It's because not many are sitting in the middle path. They're still really polarized. So that's the key, is that middle path. And many are actually walking it now. And I think that's the key to give us into these higher realms of consciousness. It's that middle path. It's the meditation. It's the being still, know that I am. That stuff. It's what's changing us as a species.
I think so. And I think the uniqueness of this group, this tribe, and it really is a tribe, is that, my channel hasn't grown, but yet it's the enrichment of the core group. And there's approximately about 227 that is really part of this core group. And it's amazing to see the consistency of what everyone is thinking and how the direction and the path continues to accelerate forward. It's like your music, Caz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, isn't it?
Well, it is. It is.
Yeah. When I do my music, it's just so full of love. And if it doesn't make my hair stand on end, it's not good enough for you lot. So yeah.
I look at it as a thought form, Caz, because like you said, you're literally in doing it with the essence of what we would call purity of thought, love.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like I see those waves coming out of her creation, and she's got so much love, and it's that pure love emanating and adding the sound and the vibration to it. It's very powerful.
I lose days. I lose a whole day locked in making a tune. It's like, I look out the window and it's dark, and it's like, hey,
what happened?
What's going on?
When did this happen?
Yeah. What went on there?
Caz, when I hear your music and when you send it to me, and I need to put your channel there, and folks, go in and subscribe to her channel. You have to do the looking for it. I haven't put the link in, but anyway, back in the day when museums were allowed to be open, I would go to New York, I would go to Chicago, London, wherever it could be where I could get to an art museum. The Guggenheim in New York is a perfect example of that. And there's a story behind the Guggenheim that I'll relate to. But my point is, I love art. I love to immerse myself into the energy of the artist. And what I did not realize that I see now, I was immersed into a thought form.
Yes.
And when I hear your music, I see in my spirit the artistry as a Rembrandt. It comes in through your talent and your music and the vision of what you see that reality to be. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mind the check is in the mail.
Right.
Put it on my tail.
And make sure it's in pounds, but no,
Yeah.
it's very true. And it's interesting because you had a bit of cold weather there. Is it still cold there?
It's still cold, not as cold. We got a big dump in the snow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone
it
around the
was-
world is getting snow except where I live, and I live in the mountains. Anyway, you took
Yeah, we
some.
got
Go ahead, hon.
about that much.
That holy cow! Wow,
Where I live
jealous,
anyway. Yeah.
envious. It's green. No.
It was
So
nice for a few days.
I
Yeah.
bet. But
Yeah.
you captured some, what I could
Yes.
just say were fantastic pictures. Do you have those up? I want to, everyone
Yeah,
check
do you want
this
me to
out.
pull them on? Can I share my
Oh,
screen?
yes, you should
Yeah.
be able to.
Yeah, okay. Let's go for it. Okay. Right. Go down here. Oh no, not that one. That one.
That's me. Hi, everybody.
Here we go.
Wow.
Right.
Now check these out,
These
folks.
are amazing. This is in the inside of the van when I got to work. That's what the windshield looked like.
Wow.
I can see in that. Now, to me, when I saw this, that reminds me of the pine trees here of about
Yes.
10,000 feet.
Yeah. That's exactly what Patrick said today. And there's like feathers in there and pine trees.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. And faces. There's all sorts.
Well, there's
And do you know what I was
actually some
thinking of?
owls in there.
Yeah.
Where are
If
the
you could
dragons?
get that on a time lapse as it's forming, that would be amazing.
Do you
Oh, if you
see
could have filmed that.
the feathered dragon at almost the center? Right, would go
Here.
there. It is. Now go with your pointer up. No, up, over to the left, a little bit. There it is. Now follow your pointer up. Do you see the
Oh.
head? There.
Here, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. And look at these like feathery bits here. They curl round.
This is Frost, right?
Yeah.
This is Jack Frost, yeah.
I mean, can
This
the
is just
dude
literally
paint or what?
on the windshield of the van.
It reminds me of almost looking at a Bob Ross painting, and I can hear Bob Ross in the background going, now, isn't the trees, can you just feel them as we begin to paint them out? Lovely.
It's
That's Bob Ross.
amazing. And then you've got like sort of these bits up here
Yeah.
that are almost like sort of fish bony.
I mean, this is almost like
they go into-
supernatural frost. I mean, I've never
It
seen
is.
frost like this.
Can you imagine watching that form?
Oh, I mean, that would have been magic.
Yes.
That's alchemy,
To me, this is Mother Nature's gift to me that morning.
Mhm.
Tell you what, all the other drivers had it on their windshields, and I was just like blown away and taking pictures, dancing around the van. I was like, ooh. And then they were just like, yeah, I've got it on mine too. And I was like, you're not excited. What's wrong with you?
It just shows you different perceptions of reality. For me,
Yeah.
this is a winter wonderland. This is my heritage. This is where I come from. I come from the frozen north.
Yeah, this to me is just so rewarding.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And it makes it just feel so special. Everything about it is it's just love. Yeah, it's just love in a picture.
It is spectacular.
Yeah. There you go. See, I just opened the door and that's what I saw. It was like, wow. I didn't want to put the heater on.
Right.
And then you get this almost like this pointed perspective of, I call it, if you go over there to the left and about the middle half up, you could look at that almost like, you're circling the earth and you're looking down on the Alps or you're looking down on a mountain range.
Yes.
You see?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, like these
Yeah.
little valley
Oh,
bits.
yeah. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Wow.
See, I love this kind of stuff. You know, it's like,
Yeah,
I
me
do
too.
yes, you know, I can see that.
I have
see like an
a surprise
intelligent.
for you, Wayne.
Yeah. Pardon?
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, you do? I love
Yeah,
surprises.
because you're special.
Oh, well,
You're in my world.
Yes.
my wife would tell you I'm special too. That's all I can say.
Right.
She says, yeah,
As
he's
I'm the
special, all right.
dragon lady.
Oh,
Yeah. As
so
I'm the
what's up?
dragon lady, I'm not sure if you've seen this one. It's this picture. Have you seen this picture before, Wayne?
I have not.
Oh, good, because this surprise is for you. Right, memorize this.
Yes.
And then literally the next picture is inverted. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you
Why,
see
look
the
at there.
dragon?
There be dragons.
There be a dragon, yes. And
Wow.
can you remember when Patrick connected with the dragons and there was
I
one
do.
called Firebird?
Mm-hmm.
This is Firebird.
I can see that. Look at that.
Yeah. So there's the normal picture.
I already see the eye.
Me too.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
And then the horns
Yeah.
and the nose
Yeah.
and sort of the legs come out.
Yeah.
Like the claws, and then the wings, they're just spread out, yeah. So there's the next. That's inverted.
As I said, there be dragons. Look
And
at
the
that.
dragon, and that's one big mother of a dragon.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to tell you what, he could put a can of whoop ass on you with no problem. And I don't know what the gender is, but
No.
this is
So
why I
like-
tell you want friends like Caz, because he's got some powerful friends, in high places.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at
There
that.
you go. She's beautiful. I believe that that's a she. It's Firebird. So.
Yeah, is if I had the ability to turn it 90 degrees, you could really see the deftness of the features. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's
Yeah, the
just
features
phenomenal.
are, and this one reminded me, because you know how like it's like it's almost a cloaking effect where the wispy bits of cloud
Mm-hmm.
are starting to go all fluffy, so you can see the details in the horns here, and then the wispy wings, and the leg sort comes round. You can see how see that one there. You can really see the nose that comes down and the body.
It goes to show you that humans are really not in the dominant position, either in the food chain or in the intellectual category, because I think a vast majority of the people would agree with this statement that we perceive life on many different levels, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a biocellular compound.
No. And then I put in your favorite one for you, this one.
Oh, yes. Look at there.
You remember this one?
I do.
It gets bigger. There we go. And there.
That is a dragon.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I got Patrick to connect with this picture, and he sent me the video of the recording of him connecting to the dragon. And he's a black shiny dragon, and the nearest name to translation in our language was Michael.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he's a black shiny dragon. Yeah. So yeah, it's just
it
profound.
makes you wonder, how blind are we? Because
yeah. Sure. Yeah.
that the heavens and the firmament is alive with a hierarchy of beings that I think so far predate man. I mean, man goes back millions of years, but you know, if they say that the Earth is 4.5 billion years old, I believe that life would begin to inhabit this planet within the time constraints that would make possible life forms billions of years old.
Yeah.
You know what I saw today, Wayne? It's so
Shall I stop sharing? Yeah. Stop sharing. Okay. Go for it.
Love the pictures.
right.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
the Milky Way, and that's our DNA. They match.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Whoa.
The helix inside the Milky Way, just like our DNA.
Sarah Horton says that I'd be of the starseed type. Hey, Mother Nature, how you
Yeah.
doing, my dear? I think there's a lot of starseeds in this group.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think maybe all of them.
I think that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
No, I think all of us. Yeah.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Starseed family.
yeah, yeah. It's like someone goes up and says, "I think you're a starseed," and you're going, "Really?" Well, everybody here is.
Yeah, I think so. I think we
Yeah.
were seated.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that as we see, we'd love to see Patrick come back on. People say we
Yeah,
love
it's
talking
lovely.
with the
Miss him.
planets. Yeah,
He
I'm
says
sure
a
the
big
planets would
hello
have
and-
something to say. You know,
Yeah.
if he talks to the planet, tell him that he ought to make videos, and I'll post them here. We'd love to hear what the planet.
It doesn't connect at all anymore. He's cut his connection totally.
Oh, okay, that
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah, he's decided that he's done his bit.
Well,
And
you know,
his videos are out there for people to learn themselves.
that series, when we were doing that, it excited more
Right.
people. It amazed me because, you know, you would think that people would have this aversion that the planets would actually talk. But yeah, well, I mean, if we're living on a living planet, then that means that planet can talk.
Yeah,
Yep.
I talk to them. I use my
Yeah.
pendulum all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I do
When
too.
That's what I learned from Patrick. He passed his gift, his ability to me, and I've learned it, and I use it all the time. I talk to Lilith daily.
She's a
She's
cool
like
gal.
become my best mate. Yeah.
You know what I heard the other day?
Wow.
That I took somebody through a portal to go see my big sister, my older sister, and it was Lilith. I was like, that's very interesting.
Wow.
That
Very,
is
very
interesting.
interesting.
And the answer to your question, Trina, from the other day about the lily of the valley is yes.
I knew it. Right on.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew that was her. I knew it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I saw the teddy bear there, gals. I forgot.
Yes, to babies, yes.
Yes, I got to get mine dressed. You know, he's like, you know, he goes on these astral travels and he comes
Make
back
it.
going, hey, workman.
Hmm.
There we go. So
Yeah.
everyone, we do the virtual hug, you know, so just got to
I
give
haven't got a
yourself.
teddy.
Yes, well, we'll give you our virtual
give you
bears.
Dragon.
I've got
Caz.
crystal.
Call in the dragon.
Yeah, so
I'm a dragon, my dragons. I've got them here.
Yes.
how's it going, co-pilot?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
you know,
Okay, say hi.
Yeah.
I had the cutest email of someone's daughter that sees us doing this,
Mhm.
and she's doing it now
Yeah.
to her friends. She tells
Uh-huh.
her friends, if you're feeling sad, hug my bear,
Yeah.
you know? And so,
Awesome.
you know, I guess the little ones are learning how to do the Zoom thing, I guess. And so,
Oh yeah, they are.
yeah.
They are.
So the virtual hug the bear is it's starting to go out there. I mean, I think it's
so
great therapy.
important. I love it, Wayne.
It
It's
is.
so that's such a good.
Yeah.
That's what we need right now. We can't hug each other, so we get into hugging virtually because your imagination and reality, they don't know the difference between the two. So when you're feeling that emotion and you're envisioning hugging the people that you love, it's as real as if you're doing it in the real world. If you can feel it and you
Exactly.
emanate. Yeah.
I hear Elvis
Yeah.
Presley, you know. Talk about my teddy bear.
Yeah.
I love
Love this
So,
song.
Caz, do you like Elvis Presley?
I like his songs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
curious. You
I
know,
like all that, the old stuff. I love music that was made with real instruments.
yeah.
Back in the day, proper bands. I went to see live bands a lot. Simple Minds and
I mean,
OMD, the
they had
Stranglers and
some
all
really
that.
good. I like them.
Yeah.
It's one of the complaints I have, and a lot of people have it, is that today's music, it's it's cold.
It is.
It
There's no
has no
rhythm.
soul.
I think it was
There's
done
no
on
soul, there's no
purpose.
rhythm.
What was
There's
that,
no
Trina?
music in the music.
Yeah, I think that was done on purpose. They shifted the frequency to 440 from 432. I literally think that this is one of the ways that they were trying to cause a lowering of the vibration because of what's
Yeah.
happening to us organically with this awakening and this consciousness. I think that they've just gone every single way they can to try to stop that because
Yeah.
it's huge what's happening.
Would it be a
That's
fair
right.
state? Go ahead, Cass. What were you going to say,
I
hon?
was going to say that's what I'd like to do in my music is get it, like you get 432 hertz, 528.
Yeah.
I'd like to put like the upbeat stuff out as 528.
Yes.
And I didn't know if there's a way I could do that. Is there a program I could get that?
I
could
think
put
that
the
there
music-
is Halo.
Wouldn't David Barry would probably know. He seems.
Yeah,
I haven't
David.
seen David Barry. And by the way,
He's a
Big Al,
bit-
we say we love you. You and
Yes,
Barry.
hi Al.
He's a
We
bit
know you're
busy,
stuck in.
though. He's a bit busy for that.
What's that?
If there's a program, is there, Trina? Yeah.
I think that there is, Kaz, where you can convert the music into 432. I think there is.
Because I'd
And
like
I
my
know
music to be on that tip for sure.
Halo Marquis was showing that he actually purchased a device that he hooks up to his car and his phone, and it converts everything into 432. So there might be a couple different ways to do this. So
yeah.
Well, slap my butt
Yeah.
white. That's amazing.
Right.
Yeah. Better than
Yeah,
red.
I'd like to make it as effective as possible.
I think that would. Well, laughter is my
Feeling.
vibration.
Yeah,
I can convert that no matter what. So
absolutely. And
I get enough of that all
gratitude.
the time,
Gratitude
Wayne.
is huge.
it is huge.
Telling you. If
Yeah.
you can't feel the laughter, then just try to find something to be grateful for, because that'll help you get into the laughter. So
The fact that you
Oh,
have
yeah.
consciousness and you're aware that you have consciousness, I should be like your big 5-0, man. I mean, that should be the thing that no matter how far in the dumps you are, you still got consciousness.
yes.
Someone gave you that,
Yes.
Yeah.
turn that
Yep.
frown upside down.
Absolutely.
But
yeah, let's get your mouth on upside down. You need to turn them that way.
exactly, put it right there. But it's so true because I was trained in the classical discipline of music. Started playing the clarinet at a very early age, and you develop this. For me, I found classical music to be more stimulating because at least in me, I associated it with mathematics.
Wow.
Mhm.
Well, if you're doing a 3/4 time, well, all right, I can take 3/4 of a whole, and you begin to see if I'm playing, for instance, a B flat. Well, that is a certain frequency that can be measured. That's how I saw it, and I guess that's why I really liked playing the bassoon. It was a complicated instrument, but boy, I really got into it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's amazing.
I'm a little bit classical, a little bit country, a little
Can you
bit rock
still
and
play
roll.
it now?
Right. Me too.
I have not. No.
No.
Yeah. I would find that probably the bassoon would be a challenge again, and only the reason is that you really have to have lung discipline to play that instrument.
Yeah.
It's a double reed instrument, and the amount of air that has to be forced through that double reed. Yeah, that is what makes the bassoon and subsequently the oboe. particularly is a double reed instrument as well.
Yeah.
Now, I like this conversation. Here we are going back into the history. Woo.
Yeah. Cool.
But
I think that's fascinating how you put music into math. I think that's really cool.
that's how it just came to me naturally as a kid. You
That's what I
know?
mean. It's brilliant. And when those things come like that naturally, that's from a past mastery that you've gotten.
Somewhere
You
down the
already know it.
line.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
you already know. I was listening to something the other day that was talking about how certain words can literally instantly transform our reality, and like certain words that have been hidden from us so we can't use them can literally levitate stones. So,
Mm.
Yeah.
we have all this, talk about the pyramids and we still can't produce them. I wonder if that was how it was being done, was through chanting and sounding.
I believe so.
I believe
And
so.
yeah, and I have a memory from a priestess lifetime, and in this temples that they would use those principles, and you could feel it would open stargates.
I absolutely believe that. I mean,
Me
music in
too.
itself.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, that's powerful, Wayne, how you're seeing how the math works with the sound, because I've seen how the magic comes out of proper sound. And I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, it's got to be mathematical.
It is mathematical. It really
Yeah.
is. You see a reality of where, you have inertia, which is the forced air, and then how it's channeled through virtually unlimited amount of openings, and then it has the one opening that it hits that key, you know. And
Yeah.
I believe that the ancients, the shamans of age, and what is the female shamaness? Is the female? I don't think I've
This
got it
is
wrong.
the shaman. I really
Yeah.
think it's just shaman. Yeah.
And in certain places we see it where you can get Tibetan monks have the same ability of when they get together and they get their voices into unison and the resonant harmony, they can literally lift objects themselves.
Yeah.
So that makes sense to me. So
Yeah.
I wonder, wow.
That's where that
Frequency. Yeah. Frequency.
Yes.
when I get into
Yeah.
that type, I call that my spirit talking, because
Me too.
that truly is the spirit.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
One of my favorites is Ahaya. It's like the old Indians, for whatever reason, that frequency to me, I can feel it's like bringing down a dome of protection almost. It's
Mm.
very powerful, the frequency that comes from that word.
Oh,
Caz, do you
yeah.
find your music doing the same thing for you? Because I could really see how it would form
Yeah.
this reality bubble around you.
It does. It's like when I'm putting a tune together, I'm searching for certain sounds that obviously go with each other. And I could search for hours. I mean, there's 3 million samples on the loop cloud I use. And so it can take a long time to find that sound. But when I find it, it just wakes me up instantly. I go, that's it. That's it. I need that sound, and I get it in rhythm with the tune, and it just brings the tune alive. There might only be 5 or 6 different sounds in the whole tune, but they all work with each other.
How do you see that in the inside? Because I'm doing this series of thought forms. So from what I would call you a master alchemist, because music is vibration, vibration is frequency, and if you can mix them, it's no different than mixing, food. It's the same
Yeah.
thing. How do you see that in the inside of you?
I see it, it's weirdly enough, it's colours. I see it as colour.
Wow, yeah.
It's light. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So a certain note, chord, rhythm.
It's like a ripple of light.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's quite beautiful. And when they're working together, it's like the energies of all these lights sort of dancing together.
Can I tell you a
And
story?
Go for it.
When I was in my youth, went and saw Bo Diddley and Creedence Clearwater Revival, and I had dropped some window pane LSD, and I started peeking about the time John Fogerty came out, and as he was playing Green River, much as you were describing the sounds of light, that's what I saw coming out of his guitar. And as it just completely immersed the whole Coliseum into this, it was alive. I mean,
Wow.
where I was at, that, and every time he would hit another note or a chord, it would spring out in this light, fantastic. Yeah. So I can really
I've
relate.
seen that
I got the hair
before
raising up on my
Yeah,
arm.
me too.
I mean, it's
I've
like,
seen that before
wow.
on acid. Yeah, because I used to do quite a bit of acid at the free parties
Yeah.
with a big sound system of a 10K rig. And I used to DJ on there as well.
So you
And if I was
you know what
sat
I'm
a
talking about.
distance away, pardon?
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do. And I've got one photo. Well, it's a friend's photo. I won't be able to find it at the minute, but it was like, it caught the capture of sound coming out of the speaker in, like, you know, like a tube, like a sound form. And it would capture this wave coming out of one of the big bass bins. And the camera, in the old cameras, when you used to get the photos developed.
Yeah.
And it captured the sound. And it was
You know what's
amazing.
so interesting? That's how I saw us literally being birthed through of the soul. That the birth of the soul was a sound wave, a vibration of a spoken word, which was a thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's literally how we were created as an individual aspect of that creative force of sound, as you were emanated through a specific thought. And
That's
it was a sound.
profound, Trina, because I don't know if you read the book, but actually where I've got this marked is the fact that all of us, every thought form has a vibration.
Was in the Bible, it said the first thing was God said.
Yeah, the vibration.
Yeah, sound.
Yeah,
First
sound.
thing was sound. And that's why he says, I speak, therefore I create. Man, I started putting those dots together. I'm like, holy crap, we're thought forms and
You are.
created by sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's and the thing about music, I mean, that's why, for those of us that have this empathic aspect, and many of us do in this group, I know I can read, the chat room. I mean, you start talking about music and it has this resonance that everyone, the vibration instantly rises. And
We are all a song. Like you're a song. You have your own song, and it is so beautiful. And I have my own song, and we all have this song that's our specific vibration.
That's what they say with the planets.
Yes.
The frequency of the planets. They all have their own song. Yeah.
And that's part of our song, because we're part of those planets, because we're in this solar system experiencing matter. So those material bodies are they're a part of what makes our light body, because they're part of the electromagnetic cooperation of this solar system.
It's all a rhythm, isn't it? It's all a symphony.
Yes. And I saw that when the earth rises to her new position, that there is a song that comes from her, and it is in harmony with all of nature, and everyone can hear it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's freaking profound. I mean, think about each of us are a living song.
Yes, you
now
are.
The question becomes, who sang our song to bring us into existence?
Thought creation itself. That's what I mean. It's one thing. And it births all things through sound.
I'm telling you, I'm all over this. This is, it.
Yeah.
You can make some music to this, Caz.
I will do one day. Do you know what I was thinking of doing? I was thinking of working actually with Amber Dawn, and we're going to do some like meditation stuff
Excellent.
and just on a
Excellent.
different
Funny.
tip, you know.
The song Sound of Silence is ringing in my head right now. Like they're saying, don't forget about the sound of silence too. It's a whole
Silence,
nother level of sound.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a proverb
Sound,
that says, be still, O my soul, and know the serenity of the Creator.
Yes. It's in
Yeah.
the 0 point. It's in the
Yeah.
stillness. That's a
Yeah.
certain part of it. It's
It's like when you're out in the middle of nowhere and you've got the wind, you've got the leaves, you've got the birds, you've got the grass. It's all like its own song then.
I go up to the mountains and hike into the valleys where we can actually get into the aspens or the tall evergreens. And I love sitting there, and they'll start talking to you as the wind comes through. There is, wow, it pulls me because there is so much. There's peace in it. That's for me. It's just and it's a song, Caz. It's a song that goes through the trees.
It is. I hear it.
I'm hearing it right now. You know?
Yeah, me too.
It's like
And
listening to a wind chime, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if
And
we
then
all
the
just,
flowers
beautiful.
chime in and it's a different tone. And I
Yeah.
hear it too.
yeah,
It's like when I went out in the garden today and I saw all the snowdrops coming out and the daffodils starting. And I was just walking up and down the garden and it was like the flowers, they're singing to me.
They do.
Because they know it's me looking at them.
You're in
Yeah.
5D, Caz. You're in 5D
Yeah.
and the flowers are singing to you. You are in a 5D reality.
Yeah,
That is
they're
awesome.
singing to me. It's awesome.
Wow.
And I was getting really
Yeah.
excited because I was like, ooh, look at you coming out.
Yeah.
And my garden is going to be this blanket of snowdrops and daffodils, and it's going to be
That's
amazing. I can't wait. I get so excited. I do.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I love it.
oh, and that's tells me, that's what gives me hope. And in a time of where the world is in crisis, and we're in crisis, there is yet a serenity of peace that supersedes the comprehension of the normal person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, because they're out there like being in a pinball game. They're the pinball. Boop, 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 boop.
It's
And, you know,
painful to watch.
yes, it is. It hurts
Yeah.
my head, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
It
So,
does.
oh, make it stop. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
I was
no,
sat in my
please.
car in the car park in the parking lot. On my break, I always eat my lunch in the car. I just detached from the whole work thing.
Yeah.
And I was just sat and I was people watching, and I was just like, this place is crazy. It's like, what? Where am I? I was like, what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And luckily I've got tinted windows in the car, so they couldn't see my facial expression.
You know, too, remember when, Wayne, I'd always hear from the Lord that this is Harvard.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that was because this is the level of the testing on this planet within this right now, this timeline. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So like, there's like, you can come to Earth and have incarnations and it's like, you know, you're going to 8th grade, you're going maybe sophomore year. They're like, you signed up for Harvard. I was like,
Yeah.
they're like, but this makes sense why only certain souls were allowed to be incarnated at this time, because the risk was super high to lose yourself. And also, if you made it through, you would be graduating to new levels of consciousness.
And, you know, I'm seeing a clear bifurcation
Me too.
of what I would call, and I want to use this term because I don't like using dark as necessarily negative, but
No,
there truly
right.
is a separating between those who I think carry the light and those who do not possess the
You
light.
know, I've been hearing a good, it's negative polarized or positive polarized. It's just that simple, which way their charge is running. So yeah, I'm seeing that too, Wayne.
It's
total
intense.
separation.
Caz, I'm curious in your music because I listen to it. I'm curious, do you have sometimes an outside influence that you're not aware at the time, that you hear when you play it back and you go, well, that's interesting because I didn't actually hear myself playing that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Do you know, yeah, it's weird you say that, because when I connect to do my music, I connect with Lilith.
Mhm.
Yeah, because she basically is me. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's
Mm-hmm.
pure love.
Caz.
And when I connect with, well, I'm in love when I'm doing the music,
Mhm.
so I'm full on connection with Lilith. And I sometimes I just hear things and I think, I can't remember putting that in. You know what I mean? And yeah, definitely. Yeah. Because she always says to me, when you start making your creation, think of me. And that way I'm straight on the love. I'm straight in the love frequency. And that's it. Blank. If someone walked in the room, I just probably got these blank eyes, you know what I mean?
But you're in deep conversation.
Yeah, I'm in total conversation. I'm locked in. Yeah, total locked in.
Trina,
Yeah.
you were going to say something, hon.
I just have this question, because I asked Caz about Lilith being the lily of the valley. And then she said yes. And
Yes.
that's bringing me to the next question. Is she the being known as Jesus Christ? Is she the light bearer? Is she the morning star? Is she? That's why it's so confusing, because it's actually female. It's not male. It's Lilith.
Right.
She is.
I could ask her.
I'm pretty sure if she's the lily of the valley, that's
Yeah.
the symbol of Jesus. So
Yeah. Well, I think you've already got your answer there.
I think I do too. It's confirmation.
Yeah.
Always nice, because like I said, everything has been twisted and turned backwards. So
Yeah.
we don't know the truth of any of these energies. You need to discover it on your own, and this is how you do it. You ask, contemplate,
Yeah.
meditate on it, receive answers, and then hope that brilliant souls like you all give you confirmation.
Mother Nature,
Oh,
it's Caz Hawks. Caz, I'll get, send me
Caz
your channel.
Hawk.
Yeah,
Hawk.
Caz Hawk.
And
CAZ and then Hawk.
just like the
Yeah,
hawk.
with a hawk
That's
with an
it.
E on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Yep, with
S.
an E.
Yeah.
Yes, with an E on the end. Caz Hawk.
E on
H-A-W.
the end. Yeah.
Yeah, just the E on the
The
end.
Queen's
Yeah.
English.
Yes.
Yes.
Caz
The
Hawk.
proper English. In fact, as I was told by a very good, I can say this, but I have a pen pal that is the Queen Mother's sister.
Oh, wow.
And she has taught me that there's only one type of proper English. That is the Queen's English.
That would make sense.
Right.
Yeah, the rest of it is slang.
Yeah,
What
that
we
would make
speak,
sense.
on the street and what have you, it's really, what they would call gutter language.
Yeah.
I speak
But I like the
slang.
gutter.
I like the gutter.
So there's
It's fun
actually
down here.
so there's actually
Yeah.
a language, Wayne, of English called the Queen's English.
Yes. the
Wow,
Queen's
that's cool.
English,
That's
yes.
really cool, because I want that book.
Contracts are written in the Queen's
I was
English.
going to say I want that book, because that's a key book right
Yes,
there.
yes.
That's yeah.
Them contracts that go way back. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the
Yes.
commoner, and Caz, you could probably answer this more. It's your country, but as I have studied it, is that the nobles had their language, and then the serfs had their language.
It's like we have today with legalese. It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was always getting corrected by my mum. It's not in it, isn't it? Stuff like that.
It's not ain't. There isn't such a word. And
Put the
Caz,
ends of the words on your words. Put the endings on your words.
so Caz, tell me this. I want to know, how is it that British singers sing perfectly American English?
And Australians.
I mean, how is that? You listen to, like, for instance, Roger Daltrey, and when he's singing, or even Elton John, and when they talk, you know, they have a very Cockney or particular accent, you know, where they were in England. But when they sing like with perfect American English, you know.
I know.
Rocket
I noticed
Man,
that.
you know.
Yeah, they all do, don't they?
Yeah.
All the
Well, even
singers.
too, the Australians, you know, they have such good thick accents sometimes. And Olivia Newton-John, you couldn't tell when she sang.
Yeah, Little River Band.
Spoke. Yeah.
You know,
It's
happy
amazing.
anniversary, baby. And you hear him talk and you're going,
Yeah,
yeah,
you can't
okay.
understand a word they're saying.
You know,
When
Right.
they're talking.
it's like, all right, yeah. Had the same experience with a Japanese singer. We were in a sushi bar, and she couldn't speak English, but she could sing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went, how is that? You know? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, and they sing it perfectly, don't they?
Yes, they do. You're
You
going,
know, it's so funny. I think that's why they make us sing our alphabet when we were little, because we learn through song. A lot of people learn by song way faster than any other way.
do you know at a I have a lot of law enforcement friends, but when they do DUI checkpoints, you can't sing the alphabet. That's why you know, when they're doing the test, you have to say the alphabet, but you can't sing it.
Oh wow.
Yep.
A lot of people, that's why, because it's in
Yep.
our head.
Yep.
Yep.
See, and we all know it.
Yeah. Yep.
It's true.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh
It is, yeah.
man.
Yeah.
This
There's
is
something about the song, guys. We're onto something.
Yeah.
It's huge.
John Price, you're absolutely right. Ozzy Osbourne. I
Yeah, I was
can't
thinking that
understand. They do subtitles when he talks, you know.
Yes, I know.
I can't even understand him.
I'm going, what is he saying? But when he sings, it's like,
Oh,
oh, yes, well, I understand him
Yeah.
perfectly, you know. Uh, that is so true.
Yeah.
Just reading in some of that in there. This has just been such a Caz, when you come on, it's just the hour goes by like that. It's fun.
Yes. Wow, it's 8 o'clock already. Yeah.
It's 8 o'clock. Well, it's 1 o'clock here. So we're actually
Yeah.
time traveling.
yes.
We are.
We
Yeah.
are. I mean, and so that would imply that if we three can time travel, then that would imply that we have the ability to transcend time itself.
Yes.
You know, I was thinking about this. I know this sounds weird, but I was meditating in the shower because, you know, the elements are all there.
Yeah.
So I came upon this revelation, and it's this. Every one of us are already dead.
Mhm.
Now think about this.
Mhm.
The fact that next Sunday is going to come, then the absolute fact is all of us are already dead. Now remember this, we're already there.
Mhm.
We're having this conversation where we're already dead, but we're just now having this conversation amongst ourselves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, doesn't that just kind of screw with you a little bit?
Well, I think that's why they call us a
Exactly.
corpse, you know. And
Yes.
yeah, this is what all the, you know, like you want to understand how everything really works. Look at cemetery laws. There you go.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
dealing with dead man. It's like that's really
Yeah.
profound, but true.
You know, but it's so true. I mean, you think about it, and if we could get that into our heads, that
Mhm.
would make every moment of living like drinking Cristal champagne.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, can you just taste that? I mean, you know, and as y'all know, I would rather have Cristal over Dom Perignon.
I want the stuff the masters drink. I want to try that stuff out. I think it would be
That's
better than
Cristal.
anything they could offer you here.
That's
So,
Cristal.
oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
I'm up for that. Bring it on.
Cristal champagne is the pure champagne. It's going to cost you probably today $600-700 a bottle.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's. I woke up with a
Wow.
few hangovers on that in my day, but
I
anyway.
bet.
just
Tiny bubbles.
So you know why? Because I used to go to the APIC convention. That's where all the record companies are at.
Oh yeah.
And so the record companies, much like the video companies and the film companies, they threw back in the day these fabulous cocktail parties.
Yeah.
And there was one particularly, we were out in West Hollywood, and that's where they had the tower of Cristal champagne
Oh wow.
right next to where the caviar was. And
Wow.
you don't like caviar?
No.
So you don't like little fish eggs?
No.
Well, you know what? They're salty tasting, and I never
I
could
don't
figure
like
out
'em.
why
Yeah.
is this.
Nope.
The other thing I could never figure out was the escargot.
Nope. Yeah, no. Well, if it's fried, it's okay.
I don't
Like
know.
fried calamari's okay.
We were at this
Uh,
fine French restaurant in San Francisco, and when the waitress pulled the snail out of the shell, I don't know. When you see tentacles on your food like this, you're not supposed to eat that shit.
yeah. I can't do the squid, the octopus leg things either. I can't do that stuff.
I can't eat
squid, it's like
octopus.
sandy. No.
No, because I had one wrap itself around my wrist, and ever since that day, I could never eat one.
What, an octopus?
Yeah, it was when I lived in Ibiza and I lived in my truck, and I was cleaning my flip-flops in the ocean. It was sunrise, and I was sort of just woken up. I went down. I was actually doing my washing in the sea. That's what I used to do.
I've done that.
Yeah. And the flip-flop, they were squeaking, and all of a sudden this octopus just wraps itself around my wrist, and I was going, oh, because it made me jump, and I couldn't get it off my hand, and I had to get its popper to go pop, 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 pop.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And I was like, what? And ever since that day, I've never been able to eat one. I'm best friends with them now.
Wow.
The
Because
so strong.
you're a sister
Yeah.
from another mother. I mean, because I can't do sushi, and the same thing. I guess what they call it is that it has a purple circle on the octopus, and this guy put this octopus, and the damn thing was still alive.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And I'm just sitting there going, this ain't right.
Yeah.
I mean, if your food's talking to you all the way down, you need to find a different diet.
Right.
I mean, that's all I can say.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right, everyone. This has been so much fun.
Yes.
I just got to
Really
tell you, what an honor to be with two beautiful, beautiful spirits. Trina, with you every week, it's just it's a highlight of my week, and as having you on it's like
bonus.
Yeah, it's like a friend that you can be apart from, and then you come back together, and it's like you never left.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's great. You guys, you're my family. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wayne, you're like my big brother. You are.
Well, thank you. That's an honor.
You know what's
That's
weird? I really think, guys, that somehow we are all part of that Lilith lineage. I think that's part of our connection, is that's where we're from.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so. I can see that. There's obviously a strand that binds all of us here.
Yeah. Remember I told you I saw us coming down in these pods of like 6 and 12.
When I'm with you guys, it's like home. It's got that feeling of home.
Yeah. There's safety.
Home.
There's
safe.
safety.
Yeah.
And for us to be able to find each other in this realm is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I think we had a master plan. I swear,
I do too.
I think if we could all pick that, we're all laughing because
we are.
I think we all put the ship in the bottle,
I think so too, Wayne.
Yeah, So no matter how freaking far out we got, the thing is that we're all sitting there going, yeah, we're all going to get back together. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
We signed
Yeah.
up for this, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were like, no, we don't remember nothing.
And then we're
Like,
going,
mind-wise,
high
worked
five,
better
man,
than
we did it.
thought
We
it
did
would.
it.
I had
Can't
that
remember crap.
visualization. I had that vision of us all. We all met, all of us, and we're all holding hands around this big campfire, and we're all hugging
Yes.
each other, like me, you,
Yes.
Wayne, David Berry, Julianne Payne, everyone, and we were like pointing each other out, going, "Oh, come here," and we were holding hands, and it was so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
I
saw
saw that.
circle the earth, guys. Like I
So I
saw
think
us
we
all
do.
super size to where we were
Yeah.
bigger than the earth, and we were holding hands around the whole entire earth. I was like, wow, that was cool.
Yeah. And I think we meet up regularly.
I do
Is that
too.
word?
I think we do too. I think, Brian's going, yep, for him, time is no longer relevant. So when we all cross through the veil, for him, it's going to be like, we're going to be right on time.
Like a weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Right.
going to be right on time. And for
Mhm.
him, he's, he'll say, well, it's like, well, what's happened? And, yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, people love you, Caz. We love you
Yeah.
too, you know.
Right.
And people love you, Trina.
Oh, and
We
they love you,
too.
Wayne.
I'm
We
just
love you,
driving the
Wayne.
bus, y'all
Good.
got on, it's like, all right,
I'm not getting off. Sorry.
Right.
Now that I'm honored, and
Yes, we're
yes.
just staying right here, Wayne. That's it.
Train's
we
my
ain't
leg.
going anywhere.
That's right. We're not going nowhere. We're
It's like that
staying.
famous line in what was the movie? I just had it. Well, all right, it just
Poof, it
went away.
goes.
Yeah, it was one of those movies.
Poof, it goes.
I'll think of it here afterwards. Oh, The Big Chill.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's the ending scene where you have they're all sitting there, and I can't even think of the guy's name, but he says, we're never leaving. We're staying here forever. So
Yeah.
all right, everyone. Much love to all of you. Please subscribe to both Trina's channel and Caz's. Caz, we love you. Stay with us, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow. BOSTO